Huh? Mr. Pecorini is publishing a new issue for the first time in 2 years? What do I do? Should I take paid leave from work that day? Move over, you creep nerd. Whoa there, pardon me. A creepy loser nerd like you might as well go and eat your lunch alone by the toilet. The restroom is not a place to consume food or beverages, so... more importantly, I gotta get back to work so I don't have any more overtime today. I gotta hurry up and get this passion onto my social media. I seriously have no idea what he's saying. Maybe that guy isn't a creepy nerd, he's just an alien. Good point. I myself go by the name of Madoka Sasaki. I'm a 25-year-old corporate warrior. I may have this feminine name, but I'm a pure and genuine manliest of men male. When I was a little kid, I was often bullied for having this name. I have a lot of bad memories from that, but that was all before the fateful day when I met that anime.
I may be small, but I know that I can help someone someday. If I can live proudly like this, that's my #1 dream.
That day when that magical girl anime started, my name became the most desired name in the world, and also was the day that I fell deep into the depths of becoming an anime nerd. Every season I would watch at least 3 episodes of every anime, and then choose which ones I wanted to watch the full season of. I have more than 10,000 electronic anime books now, and although I'm not much of a gamer, I do dabble in social games from time to time. Anyway, I've grown into a proud anime nerd that's no longer embarrassed anywhere I go. However, I am equally understanding that I must be able to disguise myself as a normal person. My parents are also generous, open-minded people who understand me and accept me as I am. And more than anything, they are godlike people who gave me the brilliant name Madoka. I could never forgive myself if I retreated into the shadows and made my parents sad. That's why, despite the bullying, I never missed a day of school and I landed a proper job. Get a job, move out, and become independent to make my parents proud. Which is just a front. It's also I can put more into my anime. For that, I got a normal job at a normal company after I graduated college. Sure, if I wanted to, I could probably have chosen a company that's involved with anime or manga, but I had a friend who did that aiming to become an assistant to voice actors and manga authors. He was frustrated and told me not to. Anime nerds must never work in this industry. And I remembered that like it was an ironclad rule. What he was telling me is that if you love it too much and go into it like a dream job, you'll be hit with a harsh reality behind the magic and that won't last long. That's true for an anime-obsessed nerd like me. The people behind the games and the creations were like gods. I couldn't even imagine what it must be like to work with them. To be able to make your dream your job is of course a wonderful thing, but if you can't treat work like work and be a professional about it at all times, then it's simply best to just enjoy it as a fan. And so today, another day, this corporate slave Madoka Sasaki is reporting for duty. Sasaki doesn't really talk and he's a weird guy, but he's good at his job. I know, right? There's no way that disgusting creepy nerd can do anything.
Hey, you guys there. Keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh, Miss Abe. These invoices, the contents of them are obscure. With these, the request won't go through.
What's wrong, Madoka? You're looking a little troubled.
Miss Abe, perfect timing. This invoice, all it says is for the cost of the books and nothing else recorded on it, and it's quite unclear. It was submitted by someone named Hiroshi Harano from the development department, and there are almost 10 invoices like this.
Ugh, that careless, immature chief idiot. I was just about to go to the development department, so I'll return it for you on the way.
I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, Miss Homura! Her Majesty Homura. Looking beautiful as ever today, a feast for the eyes and the happiness for my eyes, a goddess in human form! This super cool beauty is the head of our department and my manager, Miss Homura Abe. She's 30 years old and leads us in the accounting department, the brilliant, genius, hard-working boss woman. Apparently, within the company, she's known as the devil of the accountant department, but that's not true at all. Come on, she is the Homura. She's the queen, she's the savior, she is the one and only Homura. Just thinking about her brings tears to my eye. I need to stop before I get carried away. I must maintain this guise of being a normal person at work. In the cafeteria, I definitely let my cover slip a little bit, so I need to get back on track with my disguise.
Hey, this paperwork was submitted today. Who was the last person in charge?
Huh? That paperwork? I believe it was me.
Well, actually, the math on it is off.
What did you say? When I received the paperwork from the main department manager, the math was indeed miscalculated. That's strange. Even Mr. Yoshida, who did the final check, said there weren't any problems. This paperwork, I had my colleague Mr. Yoshida also do the final check of it.
Mr. Yoshida, any thoughts?
Huh? I have no idea. I don't recall checking anything. Ooh. This figure, Mr. Kosuke Yoshida, is my colleague who entered the company at the same time as me. We're also the same age. The other person grinning standing next to him is named Mr. Shota Saikawa. He's also a colleague and the same age. The two of them are best friends or something like that. I think they went to high school together. They are the complete opposite of me, living in the real world with regular interests. However, these two are so careless with their work that it really troubles me. Say you did the final check, you bastard!
Mr. Sasaki, I'm sorry, but can we have you edit this today as a first priority before you go home?
Yes, sir. My no overtime day, no! Thank you, Mr. Sasaki. Die. Oh dear, I got a little carried away with my angry monologue and the word die came out. No, calm down, my dear Madoka. Clear heart, clear mind, deep breaths. With my high-speed typing in full gear, I should be able to manage this. I shall take it on.
Sir, about that paperwork from this morning?
In regards to that, I've already confirmed with Mr. Sasaki and Mr. Yoshida, and I'm having Mr. Sasaki edit it right now.
Oh, well, Madoka, thank you.
Not at all. The root cause of this was my own careless mistakes. I'm terribly sorry. I will speedily and carefully complete it.
Well then, I'll confirm that paperwork after, so can you bring it to me?
Understood. What?
What's the matter, Kosuke?
That paperwork, actually, I did also confirm it.
If we have another mistake, there's going to be a problem. So you just go focus on your own work.
Yes, ma'am. Whoa, I'm faster than lightning right now! Madoka on fire! Miss Abe, this here is the paperwork for double-checking. That, and I've finished all my responsibilities for today.
Amazing! This is why you're the best, Madoka. You were typing so fast that everyone was turning their head towards you.
Yeah! Her Majesty Homaro's smiling! Reel it in. Back to reality, Madoka. What are you talking about? Oh, well then, if you'll excuse me. Oh, loser.
You must be so unathletic.
Oh, these two again. How do I say this? Is it just me, or do they have the aura of an evil character in a manga? I can imagine one of the two of them stuck their foot out and made me trip on purpose. Along with the incident of the paperwork earlier, it seems as though these two have finally decided that I'm their enemy and prey. However, that is nothing but a trivial thought right now. I need to jump into the train as soon as possible so I can fish for information about Mr. Pecorini's new publication. Hey, say something, you idiot nerd! I'm sorry, I'm in a rush, so if you'll excuse me. You bastard! Just because you were given one little compliment from Miss Abe, don't get carried away, you hear me? Why is he bringing up Her Majesty now? This is pointless. There are some species of humans that are impossible to have a conversation with.
Hey, what's with the commotion over here?
Oh, Miss Abe! Nothing, ma'am. My apologies, pardon me. That guy, he seriously has no manners, does he? He sucks at his job. Why does he even bother showing up to the office? Isn't he embarrassed?
Anyway, you shouldn't be gathering in front of the entrance. Hurry up and go home.
Miss Abe, if you'd like, what do you think of going out for dinner after this?
No, thank you. I have plans.
What? You mean like a boyfriend?
Questions about my personal life are off limits. See you tomorrow.
Damn it!
Kosuke, how about we go back to that lounge with the hot girls again?
That's a good idea. Blow off some steam. Woo, Mr. Pecorini! I've been waiting for this since 10,000 plus 2,000 years ago! Today I'm celebrating the release of Mr. Pecorini's newest issue with potato chips and Coke. I won't let anyone get in the way of this precious time. Who is it? I got a little too excited yesterday. I got so carried away that I didn't even get to sleep until 4 in the morning. My resting time was about 3 hours. Sleepy, so sleepy. I seriously haven't slept, so this is tough. Does anyone have a forehead patch? I'm writing my own terrible manga in my mind and desperately trying to stay awake. I'm so sleepy. However, treating work like work and doing it well is what a professional, normal person would do. Look at his typing today, too. So energetic. I know, right? Phew, well, this sums up the materials, I think.
Madoka, that material was easy to digest. Great job. That image.
Excuse me. You see, it was just easier to understand with the images available. Ah, shoot, I wasn't paying attention and I was doodling on the planning paperwork. I'm gonna be in trouble.
Well, I guess this time the blueprint is easier to understand with this, but next time please discuss it with me first.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, next I'll go with that one.
Kosuke, that's wrong.
Huh? That creepy nerd, I'm gonna teach him and put him in his place. This is strange. This is very strange. The materials that were on my desk are gone. This isn't good. I was told to submit those within today. Miss Abe, here are the materials that you asked for.
Huh? I thought I gave this to Madoka.
What? Why does Mr. Yoshida have the paperwork that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into making in his hands? And now in Her Majesty Homura's hands? Wait, no, wait, those are mine! Those are my materials! I yelled out and tried to stop him, but...
Hey, Mr. Creepy Nerd, I have a question about these invoices.
What? I'm sorry, there's something very important I need to do.
Excuse me? Your last mistake Kosuke covered for you, so what are you saying?
I'm sorry, but I have absolutely zero recollection of being covered for.
Anyway, just stay out of the way.
Please, Mr. Yoshida, just be honest.
This. You made this, Kosuke.
Yes, I worked very hard for you, Miss Abe.
You need to cut it out with this nonsense already.
What? Oh dear, it's so over.
This material? There are images on it, aren't there? I'm pretty sure that this is the data only Madoka has.
That's because I borrowed it. You see, that guy always makes mistakes, so to thank me for always covering him, he told me that I could use it. I definitely never said that. I really don't know what world Mr. Yoshida's living in. Remember the other day when he said that he was gonna use those images, so you complimented him, saying that the materials were easy to understand? That's why, Madoka insisted, so I mean, honestly, I thought the images were really nerdy and weird, but I guess it works. Oh, Mr. Yoshida, amen.
Interesting. Really nerdy and weird images, huh?
I bet Madoka just drew those himself. That guy's seriously so creepy. Always sitting alone and talking to himself. I don't know what he's saying half the time. I guess he just can't hide his loserness. It just seeps out of his pores.
Those images? I'm the one that drew them.
What?
You know I love anime and manga. I am what you would call a nerd. Is there something else you'd like to say about it?
That's right. Her Majesty Homura is the nerdiest of nerds. And she has the face of a divine illustrator. On social media, she's active by the handle Majimura, and she actually has over 500,000 followers now. The moment she uploads one of her illustrations, it gets flooded with likes and comments. Why do I know that? Well, that's because... Oh, of course not. There's nothing further to say. It's just that, it was a little unexpected, that's all. Oh, I know. If you'd like, why don't we go and play pool sometime? I promise it's way more fun than anime.
You always try to find an excuse to come talk to me, inviting me to dinner and trying to intrude on my personal life. But, I'm getting married next month.
What? No way! With who? Who on earth?
With my fiancé over there.
What? Yeah, well, I guess I have no choice but to reveal it now. That's right, I am indeed Her Majesty Homura's fiancé. I was a huge fan of Miss Majimura, and I would always go to any events that she was gonna be at. I was always writing her fan letters as well, and when I got my first novel punished, I took my shot and sent a DM to Miss Majimura. And so I was so surprised when I received an actual response. We made plans to meet up, and when we did, it was Miss Abe standing there waiting for me. And I was so shocked beyond this universe that I fell to my feet.
This is like a real-life manga. I can't believe it.
Yes, Your Majesty. I was shocked too.
You don't have to force yourself to speak like a normal person in front of me. Plus, the novel by the real Madoka was really great.
I cannot believe the Miss Majimura would say that to me. The honor is overwhelming. I am overwhelming with happiness from every single pore in my body.
You're funny. The fact that we got to know each other like this must be some kind of fate. I'm happy too.
And so, as fellow nerds, we began hanging out more and more, deepening our relationship, until, well, we got into a real relationship. Oh, and about that day when I was in a huge rush to finish my work on time and get home, who is it?
Hey, don't leave me here and start the party without me.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I'm going to buy a few things on the way home, so tonight we're going to Pecorini party until the morning.
Mr. Pecorini's limited edition Blu-ray box just arrived too. Tonight's gonna be the best night. As you can see, I live together with Her Majesty Homada, and that night we had plans together. 1 year of dating, 1 year of living together. She's 5 years older than myself, so I'd always planned to propose to her on her 30th birthday. Luckily for me, she accepted my proposal, and now we're both fiancé to one another. We had reported our relationship and our plans for marriage to our bosses, as well as our colleagues that we work closely with, so there wasn't much commotion about it in the office, but... No way! This has to be a joke! There must be something wrong with you to marry a creepy nerd like that! Since the two colleagues had also made me their mortal enemy, I had actively chosen to keep it a secret from them. Plus, at work, we always kept it extremely professional and never crossed the line of boss and employee. Well, either way, this was the worst possible scenario for Mr. Yoshida. His face turned bright red as he stomped his feet into the earth, as if there was a giant baby standing right in front of us. Does he not realize that he's updating the latest edition of his embarrassing history as we speak? However, my Majesty Homada is the type to rub hordes of large grain salt into his ever-spreading wounds, so...
What's wrong with having interest in sharing those with others? Plus, Madoka is fantastic at his job, and he's brilliant, to the point where even someone pushes their mistakes onto him. He doesn't make one upset face, and he covers for them.
What?
Oh, did you think I didn't notice? Lately, you've had stacks of incomplete paperwork, and I also know that you two have been dumping your assignments onto Madoka. Everything in the accounting department is the management of paperwork and data. That also means that it records the last person to touch the data, as well as the person who created it. Every single document with mistakes on it were created by you two, Kosuke and Shota. Even the higher-ups have their eyes on this issue, but because Madoka said, if I cover for them, then there won't be any more problems. Please give my team a chance and look past the little mistakes. I was giving it some further observation. Even then, you two continued to verbally harass and abuse him and calling him, of all people, useless? I can't look past it any longer.
No, this is all just a misunderstanding. It wasn't my mistakes, that's not it.
There is this much hard evidence, and you're still going to try to make up excuses?
That was! Madoka messed with the data because he was jealous of me! No? If I had the time to go out of my way and do something like that, then I would much rather just get home even a second earlier so I could watch the anime I recorded. You creepy nerd! Well, I just wanted to get back to work as soon as possible so I could finish it. And all I could think about was if this conversation could end any sooner. At that moment, the main department head appeared and came storming over to us.
The upper management is waiting for us. We're having an emergency meeting concerning Yoshida and Saikawa. You two come with me now.
No! All the best to you. That's all I could come up with.
All right, everyone. Sorry for the commotion. Now back to work, please.
Yes, ma'am. Phew, finally they got rid of Yoshida and Saikawa. I never understood where they got all that confidence from, even without working any overtime or touching any difficult work and making everyone else do it. I know, right? This pair sitting in front of me, I always agree with what they say, and I have to admit I'm a fan of theirs. Miss Abe, Mr. Sasaki, congratulations! Whoop whoop! 1 month later, Her Majesty Homura and I successfully submitted our marriage certificates and had the wedding of our dreams. As for Mr. Yoshida and Mr. Saikawa, in addition to the repeated neglect of their own duties, they were found guilty by the board of multiple other problems, such as harassment toward other employees and using company property without permission. And they were both banned from coming into the office until they both submitted their resignations. After that, they turned on each other. It's all your fault that I had to lose my job, each blaming the other. I heard it turned into a huge roadside fistfight and that the police had to get involved. Well, this is exactly what they mean when they say impatience is the same as regret. As for me, I can only hope that I get to spend the rest of my life with Her Majesty Homura in fun and peace, with our nerd love power.